Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel, Trusted Gem Goddess Quita, or you can call me Quita. Either one would do. Answer to both. Please like, share, subscribe, and come and spend some of your time with me so we can share this good word today that the Holy Spirit laid on my heart. And this message today is about people telling lies on you. We're just going to get into this message and see what spirit we're going to see it from spirit's point of view. Why do they tell lies? Um, Why do they tell lies, Holy Spirit? Why do they tell lies? To degrade people from the truth. Of course, they don't want you to know the truth. But let's get deeper than to that. Let's get deeper than what because they don't want the people to know the truth about you. People tell lies because of something that they seen about you that they didn't like. There's a lot of there's a lot of manipulation going on within the lies. It's because they want to rearrange the way people see you. And it's sad because you are a wonderful person, you're a great person, and everybody has that little thing about them. I call it taboos, or they have something that is quite weird. I have a lot of weird quirks about myself. And a lot of people don't like them because my weird quirks help me to be on point. My weird quirks help me to fully analyze people and get the whole truth and not but the truth. And it's from a more God point of view than from a personal point of view. And so that's why people used to tell lies or still tell lies about me, is because I can tap into abilities that God has quickened within me to get the truth from people. And once I understand who they are as a whole and I can really categorize them, God said do not judge. The reason why God said don't judge is because he's talking about the sinner man. The sinner man cannot be judged because you know why? His mind is carnal. His mind is not of the spirit. People who are of a spirited mind have a right to judge. That's why you have to know the fruit by this. You know, that's how you know the fruit of the spirit is by the spirit of God. So once you have the spirit of discernment or the spirit of God dwelling within you, inside of you, then you know how to rightly the word of truth. You know that you're healed. You're coming from a healed perspective because it's not only your perspective, it's a higher perspective, something higher than you. And this is the reason why people tell lies, because of the God within you. And people don't like that. Oh, they're not gonna say, dang, she was on point, she read me to filth. It takes a very honest and a person who has dealt with a lot of, or just somebody who's blatantly honest. And I meet a lot of artistic people who are blatantly honest. Like the more artistic people are prone to say, dang, like they will give honest because they don't have an agenda. There's not a hidden message in what they're saying. That's why a lot of artistic people don't like them, because they will tell you the truth. Not all artistic people tell the truth. That's not what I'm saying. But a lot of artistic people, it's hard for them to lie because they are so passionate. They don't have I won't say they don't have the ability to lie. They don't feel the need to lie. They feel like it's pointless. I've spoken with a lot of artistic people, believe it or not, and I'm a very aware artistic person. And so when I talk to other autistic people, I would tell them, I say, you're a little bit autistic. You have it in your adulthood, which make you seem like you're bipolar, but you're not bipolar. You're autistic. Autism and bipolar go together. But once you understand that you're autistic, it's not. You will understand. People will begin to understand that it's not bipolar at all. It just seems that way because autistic people have a very high intellect, and I'm not talking about just people with that's severely on the spectrum. I'm talking about functioning autistic people. Functioning autistic people are very good at reading people. They're very good at being honest because they don't feel to read. There's no agenda to lie. They have no agenda. They just are. And we just don't have no agenda to lie. So when people come in and say things and lie, it's because that they don't have that level of honesty that you have. And that's why the Spirit of God loves people like that. The people who are virgin mind. That's what God mean by the 25 virgins too. Spirit just I think it was the 10 virgins. I don't know why I said 25, but Lord Jesus, please bridle my tongue and my mind to say what you want me to say and not what any wavering or monitoring spirit or Lord Jesus, any spirit that's coming against the word of truth right now, I rebuke it and I send it to you to transmute it into love, light, peace, happiness, and joy, and truth and understanding. Holy Spirit, we rebuke all spirits of manipulation right now. Anyways, the 10 versions, and that's the reason why a lot of times a lot of scriptures can be taken, and when the Holy Spirit needs to make a point, they will make a point. And the truth is, when God was talking about the 10 virgins, he was talking about the mindset. He was talking about people who are virgin, like that innocent spirit, basically. But anyways, we're not gonna go too deep into scripture. I don't do that too much. But I should have got me some water. My throat is really dry. But yeah. A lot of autistic people get people that tell lies on them, because a lot of people have not met themselves as deeply as autistic people. There's a time and point in my life that I was unable to talk. I had a speech impediment. I know it doesn't seem like it now, but I did. And you can catch it in some of my videos. I'd be like, contemplation. I made like 50 videos like contemplation, and I can read it. I know it. It's just like I couldn't grasp it. I couldn't keep it in my spirit, in my aura. It was like it wouldn't stay. It wanted to be something else. So sometimes it do come out. Anywho, and yeah, they don't like that honest spirit, because a lot of autistic people have spent times with themselves. I had to spend time to learn how to speak into this, so I'm not gonna waste my time. I don't have time to waste the lives of you. Like, for what? I am on, like, when I begin to talk, like, oh my God, it opened up new doors, and I slowly build up my confidence and stuff like that. We just don't have the strength to lie, especially someone like me. Like, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? You're not the police. You can't put me in jail. You can't take my kids away. So why am I gonna lie to you? Even if you could, I still don't have no reason to lie, because I'm not an abusive parent. I don't break the law, so there's no reason for me to lie. You feel me? So yeah, a lot of autistic people get in trouble because they do tell the truth, and they tell on themselves. I was one of those people, and people thought that I was my mom's favorite, because she was like, I can talk to Shaw, and I know I'm gonna get it out of Shaw. If Shaw tell me anything, because she know, like, I used to feel so bad. My mama being angry would overwhelm me, and I was just like, yeah, I did it. I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell it. Like, if I ask her, you bet you got right now, you got 5 seconds, because if I ask her, I know I'm going to get true. That's what she used to always tell me. She said, I know I'm going to get the truth. God bless her soul. My mom is not living. I don't know. I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because it's like, baby, I want to laugh so hard until my tears are coming out. Oh my God, my soul is tickled. Anywho, she was like, now if I ask Shaw and she tell me that you did such and such, that's your. I'm like. And I was sitting over there already trembling and shaking. Please just tell it later, because she's scaring the life out of me. And so I have always been known to, I don't have time to lie to you. I don't have time to beat around the bush. And I accepted the crazy, because dealing with a mental block as autism, I call it a mental block, because that's what it was for me. It's really a mental block. And dealing with those type of issues make you self-internalize everything. You have, like, I was scared to talk, because people would pick at me. They were like, what's wrong with her? Why she talk like that? I grew up in the country, so they're very expressive people. So it was like, why she talk like that? Ooh. And I used to get that a lot. And so I learned to, just really take my time to say my words. I really learned to, I had to learn to write without. I used to know how to write my letters, but if I had to write a word, I would not pick up my pencil. I would write the word in one block. In one block. And so I had the time to learn to be some things that come normal to you guys don't come normal to me. Even now in life, it's some things that comes normal to a lot of you guys, and I'm just backwards. I don't do things the way you do. I don't see it the way you see it. And it's not that I'm wrong or right. It's just that it's another perspective. And I always say that God uses the people that are the lowest at times, because their point of view is so more pure than everybody else. Everybody else has been tainted with, this is where things go, this is the way things go. And here you have somebody that's very different, and things don't go that way for them. And I feel like that's why God likes to use the brokenhearted, the people that can't speak well. Moses, I identify with Moses, because I could not speak well at the beginning of my life. So I identify a lot with him. But when it was time to get the word of God, I guarantee he spoke very clearly. He was spoken, well spoken. And I guarantee you, the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit was working through him, I guarantee you, it made it where everybody can understand him. So yeah. That being said, they tell lies because they feel like I see God. I call myself a goddess just because I take accountability for myself and my actions. And even if I'm manipulated by magic or anything, I take accountability for my actions and I rectify them. You know what I mean? I repent and I'm not gonna do that thing again. You get what I'm saying? So I take note and I'm very meticulous with self-reflection and reflecting on my good and my bad. And so I build my bad areas up, of course, and I try to make my strongs maintain that strong, the strongs, especially if it's really good. So and that's why I think a lot of people don't, because you have to understand where, like somebody in my position where I have an autistic child, I have 7 kids I'm raising on my own, and I didn't make very good choices when it came to men, particularly in my life, and that was by design. It was by design. So we'll talk about it in a whole nother video. But so people take me as an outcast. I'm very educated. I have, a college degree. I have an associate's degree, just general studies. I was going for business management and accounting, and I was going for marketing. My mind is very brilliant. I was always good with numbers, even when I was autistic and couldn't speak well. They knew like the numbers she got, like I get that, like. And they couldn't move me up because I had to take speech, but I was always brilliant with numbers. So, so now I'm laughing because, child, it's so many stories I can tell. Y'all will be rolling out laughing like, this girl life was crazy. Anywho, so, yeah, they don't like people like that. Because I be in this situation, I will come packaged like I don't know anything, like I'm just like this, not deadbeat, but just like this woman that don't know anything. And I'm not soft spoken, but I'm very attentive, and I'll let you talk, and I'm not like combative. And they see a black woman, they want you to be combative. They want you to be, all you gotta do is make her mad, and then boom, we got her, we can do this and that. And no. And then once they start to learn me and to understand that I'm not this way, then the lies get told, because they get caught up, and they the one with the degrees and all that, the husbands, they don't have no kids, and I couldn't relate, they couldn't relate. And so when I get to put them in their place when they overstep their boundaries with me, because I have strong boundaries, and it's because of my sensitive nature. It's because, and some people, because I'm autistic and they know it, they'll try to take advantage of my sensitive nature, and I do not play about my sensitive nature. I do not let it show unless I really want it to show. And then when I want it to not show, I'm very good at putting up a still wall. And that comes from being bullied, that comes from being autistic, that comes from being shunned, that comes from being misunderstood. So it comes from all those different areas. So that being said, I know how to block negative energy. I can block it out, especially when you're sitting in front of my face and you're just doing manipulative things. I'm picking up on it. I'm reading you like a book. And so when they figure out that you're not as stupid as they make you seem, or that you're not as stupid as they thought, then they have to go out and make other people think you're stupid and they're smart, and that's why you can't be there, because they can't be there because they left the situation. They have to spin it around, and they take your strengths and apply it to them, and they take their weakness and apply it to you. And so people have to see you in this light. But when people meet you, they was like, oh, you're really easy to talk to. Oh, you're not combative at all. Oh, this person, I heard that. Yeah. If you were her and me, and would you say that, well, I did this to her and I thought she was just dumb, and she's really on point, and would you just, some people are not raw like that. I'm raw like that. Like, I was, dang, she made me to feel. I am really that raw. I'm gonna tell the way that it happened, like the honest to God, on the way to doctor the truth. And if I feel like I'm too ashamed to tell the truth, I'm gonna tell God about it and ask him why I'm ashamed to tell the truth, and then I'm gonna be better. I don't have to I can reflect on it. Trust me, it's gonna mess with my mind a lot, and I'm gonna reflect on it and see what what is the reason why did I, and it's very rare that happens, but I'm gonna see the reason why within my twin flame union. That happens all the time. But I'm gonna see the reason why, that I was ashamed. Why am I ashamed of an action and I'm only human? Because that's the way I process as a human being who is autistic, who does have a sort of a mental block. Not all, just because you can write properly now or speak properly doesn't mean that your mental block is automatically gone. It means that you're able to function in society. But I do have weird quirks. Like, people don't know, like, I like to do crossword puzzles, and people like, oh, she just make content all the time, be with the kids. But I do. I have a balanced life. I like crossword puzzles. I like something weird about me. I like talking to myself because it helps me think better. I don't know. And people are like, oh, you're crazy if you talk to yourself. Well, call me crazy. I don't mind. I've been called that all my life. So yeah. And I say all the time, I'm galactically insane. I am. I love to be in the cosmos. I love to be high. I love to be raptured up into the cosmos. I love that energy. That's my free space. That's my that Rockaletta whatever effect on the she gotta have it. So that's what she was describing, being caught up into another realm, that the abuse, the sexual abuse she was going to, that she didn't have to feel, but she didn't feel it. Her body did, but her soul was out of it, so she didn't really have to feel it. But when she came back down, she felt every bit. She got all of it, and she was just saying that's what helped her, because she had to see things from a higher perspective. And I understood her when she said, "Oh, that part of the show." The episode made me cry. It really did. Oh, my battery. No, honey, we're not gonna do that. It made me cry. So, yeah, this is why people tell lies, because you're stronger than what they say you are. You're beautiful from the inside out. A lot of people tell lies because they have an agenda. It's just point blank. Some people are just evil, and they're never going to choose the light. They're never going to choose to heal. They're never going to choose to grow. So anything that they come in contact with that seems like it's better than them, they will pull it down to filth, and they will beat it in the dirt. I live in a desert. I said they will beat it into the desert sand until you can't beat it no more. And everybody know that the desert is really rocky, and that hurts. So imagine, yeah. So, and some people are like that. They are just like that. And I've learned to accept that some people are just demonic, and they're never amount to anything. And it's sad, because I used to be the type to believe, oh, everybody has a good side. They do. But some people good side is only to manipulate you. Like I talked to my daughter's social worker. She has a new one, because my daughter's autistic. She is having the social part and not the dyslexic part. And she was like, but the other one was so nice and this and that. Yeah, nice when she didn't think I had boundaries. Nice when I let stuff slide. Nice when she was kind to me when she thought that she could just attack me indirectly. You know what I mean? How somebody talk to you indirectly, and they indirectly say insults to you, and you just like, I caught that. Okay, I caught that. She was nice at that point. Just because somebody is nice or seem kind doesn't mean they're not evil or destructive, or they don't have a hidden agenda behind what they're doing. Because if they didn't have a hidden agenda, there was no need to project or to say indirectly insults at me. There would be no reason for it. So she's insulted by something, and she still rides by my house to measure herself. And I didn't even catch this. This woman of God caught this. She's very in the spirit, thank God. Spiritual high five to her. And she caught this. And I'm like, she brought by my house to measure herself against myself. Yikes. It doesn't bother me. I'm very aware. But it doesn't bother me for the simple fact, people like that, their self-esteem is low, and they have to find someone to beat up or to compare to, so they can make them feel better or less than. And then if they feel less than, baby, you gonna feel the wrath in some other way. But if they feel greater than you, I'm more power to you. And she's a white woman, and she feels like she rides by here, oh, her grass is growing up, and everybody's in the grass in the neighborhood. Woo, woo, woo. It's monsoon season, whatever they call it here. A lot of rain, a lot of hurricanes, a lot of storms came my way. I paid $400 for that lawn to be cleaned up. I'm not finna pay that again. I don't care what you think, lady. That's the difference between me. Your narcissistic personality, and I don't have one. So I really don't care what people think about me. This is the desert. When the winter come, when the fall come, baby, that snow or that fall winter weather is gonna beat that grass down. Everything will be okay in the spring. We'll get the yard clean again. So these are the things people do on their free time. And me on my free time, I am not worried about them. I might be worried about my swing and them and my kids and them, but never the next person. If you don't have nothing directly to do with me, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, I can care less. Even if you're doing negative energy at work, I really can care less, because I'm probably out somewhere transmuting and praying that you get it together and that you get your ish together and heal whatever makes you insecure. Because baby, I would never stop being me. I'm gonna always be me, in pain, out of pain, in season, out of season. I can only be me. I don't know what to tell you but to deal with it within yourself, because a lot of times when people do stuff to me, I do return the sender. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about none of that, because at the end of the day, for you to lash out spiritually to me and not go to God is crazy. It's crazy. People say they love God, but they can hurt their brother and sister. But God is in them. God said He is love, and love is in everyone. And if you can't find love in that person, then why would you hurt that person? That person has been beat down so much, and then you can't find love in it. Just leave it alone. I leave the situation alone. I'd be like, I don't even pray for people like that, because sometimes they don't even want to be prayed for. I just hope God. I said, God, please just keep that person away from me. Whatever you're gonna do with that situation, you do. I ain't got nothing to do with it. That's all you, Lord. Period. Because some people carry demons that's stronger than you, your God presence, and them demons stand up in them strong. And I ain't saying I'm scared of no demon, but I ain't picking no fights out me. Period. Periana. So that's a lot, because a lot of times a lot of people don't understand that I'm spiritual, because I don't parade. I'm spiritual. I wear this because I'm spiritual. It, to me, that's crazy. If you see it, you ask me about it, I tell you the truth about it, boom, you got the truth out of it. If I say I don't want to speak on it, I don't want to speak on it. I am not that flashy person. Like, when I'm flashy, this is my flex. If I walk up to you and I'm smiling, like, my flex is, you see it. Like, I don't have to, and now I am rich. I make $100,000. My husband makes $6,000 a year. I don't have to do all of that, and I don't have a husband, so it's just an example. Okay, it's just an example. I don't even have a husband. Child, y'all tripping. So it's just an example. I don't do those things because there's no need. Just like God gave you that husband with 6,000, He could take it away. And I'm never boastful, because boastful get a lot of people in trouble. But I am appreciative and thankful. But I don't have to be appreciative and thankful in people's faces, because that's a flex. I'm appreciative and thankful behind the scenes, and that's why people don't understand how you so humble, but yet you walk with confidence, because you mistake my confidence for flexing, and you expect. And when I really flex to be in front of my kids be like, girl, you just glad you got such and such. I say, I sure am. And they don't take it as flexing, because I'm not really flexing. I'm being my authentic self. I'm happy and proud of something I achieved or got or won or bought or something like that situation. But I don't have to go on social media, oh, look what I got. I'm not that person. I do on my skin, because they do a lot of spell work. I will flex on my enemies when it comes to my skin and my beauty, because they constantly try to tarnish it. And it's just like, you know. And it's playful. It's not really serious, because that's not who I am. I'm not a flexer. Like, when I had my truck, people think I would be flex, because I used to like loud music when I was younger. Who didn't? You know. I lived in the hood. I grew up, my mama was a thug. What you want? Like, she used to play her all jams and dump her music. It's an innate thing. And so when I backed my car in, they told me it's manly. So backing up is manly? What? Okay. Yes, I'm in my more masculine energy, but that doesn't make it manly because the car backs up. If a woman driving or a man driving, it's gonna back up. You feel me? It was like if a chick back into a parking lot with her music thumping, that's manly. That's masculine, but that's not manly. That doesn't make me a man. I don't have a penis. I cannot go out here and make 50,000 babies and not take care of them. That doesn't make me manly. You get me? I'm a woman that's in her masculine energy at the time. I don't understand why people can't understand that, but that's me. Like, and people think I be flexing when I'm. No, I just feel good. I just want to hear the music. I just want to start. And now that I'm older, I don't even like loud music anymore. It was, it's a young thing, and I used to get so much flack from just backing my car in and just playing my music or just sitting in my car. And people thought that was a flex where I lived there. I'm like, baby, I don't care about you don't have a car. You could be walking. Do you need a ride? Because I will take you where you want to go. I will. And then they thought that was flexing. I'm really a nice person. They know how to take me. And because I was quiet, and then they was like, oh, she stayed to herself. She must think she all of that. She don't want to hang out with us. I don't. And it's not because I think I'm better. It's just that a lot of people give a lot of gossip and mess. I don't want my name in none of it because I grew up with that and I stay away from it. I could smell it a mile away, and I'm just like, that ain't for me. I grew up with it. So I grew up with ridicule. Not my mom. My mom, from the age of the child, was from birth to 10 years old. Excuse me. From birth to 10 years old. See, I was kind of congested today. From birth to 10 years old, my mama I was loved and cherished. From 13 to 18, that's when my abusive years came from my grandma, my uncles and aunties and things of that nature. And yeah, so I just want to make it very clear, my mama that birthed me, that was cut open, that I had a twin in her belly with, she did not abuse me, but my grandma did. My grandpa did not abuse me, but my grandma did. She was very cuckoo crazy for both of us. And my uncles and aunties, after my grandfather died, they used to ridicule me a lot. They used to, this, because I always had even when I was a child, we always had these big old back porches. I would use, what's her name? What's the girl name? She sang the country song. She a Buckle Bunny. I'm going to use her analogy. I always had a big back porch. I think it's very classic to say that. It's what? Demure. What she said is demure. I was watching this YouTube. I love this lady, but I love her. Anyways, I have a big back porch. So, and I always had one. Then they was pick at us and say little things about us and do certain things that was very inappropriate, that was very abusive word wise, and physically there was abusive. So yeah, I did. I was so tired of that life, baby. My teenage years, I had to fight for freedom, fight for my life, fight for a moment in time for by myself where I wasn't abused, and think about like, dang, why they abusing me? What did I do? And then my grandma told me, it's because I look like my mama, but I don't really look like my mama. I look like her. We look more like her than we do our own physical mother, and it's crazy. So, self-love was really necessary in her journey that she didn't get. She didn't have self-love, so it was really apparent to the projections that she projected onto me through abuse, So that is a lot of why people would do things to you or say things to you. A lot of them don't have self-love. A lot of them have mental disorders. A lot of them just wasn't loved properly. And even if someone was loved properly, they was here to be demonic. I show you that, heck nah, I don't want to go to that other side. I'm going to stay on the God spectrum, the high one. I want the high one, the most high. I don't want the most low because he be doing some crazy stuff. But okay. And it's just that simple. It's just a many people have agendas. People have mental issues. People be going through stuff. People are unhealed. People don't even have self-awareness that they're doing it. It's just something that was instilled in them through abuse, through generational curses and things of that nature. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And it depends on, like, for me and my daughter, social worker, it's just that it's racism. A lot of racism had to do with that. And a lot of, abuse that went on in her home that she don't talk about, that she think I didn't know, but God already told me. The ancestors chirp, chirp, chirp. They chirp like little birds. So, and then she was like, "Do you know anything about me?" I don't know, honey. I don't. I really don't. Even if I did, I wouldn't tell you because why would I do that? Then you would know what I know about you. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm not one of them psychics that, "Oh, I know this. Pay me money now." I don't. I know, but that's to help me navigate from away from you. The hell? Why would I say anything? I'm like, we're not here for that. I'm very good on that. We're not here for that. You know, can we move on? And then people don't understand because you see me on this camera and I'm always bold and talking about the devil, but in real life I'm very chill. Like if even in the public set, I'm like, if they ask me a personal question, I'm not here for that. I don't feel comfortable answering that. Can we move on to the next question? Can we do what we came here to do? Because I'm really interested in that, and that's how I handle that. And so you see, like, you all see, like, the difference, because some people think I'm just, like, this hardcore, like, strong person, woo, 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 and it's not that. It's a lot of my strongness come from being gentle. It really do. It come from being gentle and aware and intelligent, reading the room and assessing the situation and giving just the right amount of energy to the situation. I perfected that through a lot of my teenage trauma abuse, and then my relationships at the beginning of my young adulthood. I was in a abusive relationship, and so it helped me to navigate people through that way. And if I see that you're violent or you have a violent tendencies, then you're not allowed around me anyways. I'm quick to divert your attention away from. Well, I'm quick to divert you away from me, period, because I can pick up on that, because I mastered that. But, you know, I'm not confrontational. If I have a problem with you, 9 times out of 10, you won't know that I have a problem with you until I tell you, or until the situation is done. I'm like, you don't hear from me no more, you don't talk to me. It's because, and then people are like, oh, you should tell people. But I probably done told you 5 or 10 times, you just, because I said it softly, you thought that it wasn't a big deal. I notice when I use a tone of voice like this and I talk to people in this particular manner, because this is really my normal voice. This is how I like to talk. They don't hear me. So I have to talk up like this and say, no, that's, you know, I have to, because my normal voice is like, no, that's okay. No, I don't feel comfortable with that kind of answering that question. Or is this a joke? Are you joking? That is the normal way I talk. That is the normal me in professional settings, and people don't get that about me. They think I'm being fake, and I am not. that was that's me before I had to, like, okay, no, like, people respond to tones, and because I'm autistic, it makes sense, right? That, you know, that I don't have a tone. I had to learn to have a tone when it's like, no, or no, you know, I had to learn to speak up for myself. And people have a hard time because I get on here and I'm passionate about something, and so they see that side of me and think that's all me. No, no, honey. I speak very softly and calmly, especially in arguments. I am very soft and calm. I am very nurturing. I have a very nurturing voice. That's why my ex would call me and just breathe on the phone. My G, you just want to hear my voice? Just say that. Why you on the phone ain't saying that? Have a conversation with me so you can continue to hear my voice in different aspects, in different tones. Let's be creative with it at least. You know? That's the type of asshole I am. And people don't get that. Like, they think since I'm black, oh, she ghetto, she hood. I can fight. I can be that. Like, don't get me wrong. That ain't outside of my area of my expertise. That's just not my that's not who I initially was. As a child, I do not speak a lot. And then once I learned to speak, I was very proper speaking because I took speech therapy. I took speech classes because I had a dyslexia, because I had a speech problem. And so this is the lady that taught me to speak. This is how she taught me. She was very gentle with me. She was very kind to me. And even when she frustrated, she would go outside and yell, because I'm pretty sure I frustrated her a lot. And yeah, she never like projected her anger onto me, even though I was a cause of it, because I wasn't. Y'all know, if you got dyslexia, you know it's hard to come up out of that mental block, because it's like your brain just want to do that, you know. So so when people think, oh, why somebody want to call and hear her voice? Because I'm gentle, baby. I'm gentle with him. I speak to the kink in him. I don't speak to the anger in him. I don't speak to the trauma in him. I don't speak to the abuse in him. I give him something that he has never experienced. And a black woman being calm, oh my God. Oh my God. My ex-husband used to say, like, you're my black white girl. I'm like, no, I'm just a calm black person. That's it. And then when I start to rage and get upset, where did this come from? Oh, I didn't know you like that. Oh, you forgot I was a black woman. You forgot that I had some bass in my voice. And you forgot I had some bass in my... Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Hey, better eat it up. And so people get to see these different sides of me, and it's through trauma. It's through, through having dyslexia. It's through actually being experienced with people who have been abusive to me. It's through that, and I just know how to read the room from it. With the whole of who I am. That's who I am. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't hide it. I don't try to be something I'm not. I can only be Shaquita, and I have many false. I mean, it's many aspects to me. It's many aspects to me, and it's not because I'm fake. It's because I understand what energy that's needed at the time and how much to give it. If I am unavailable to give such energy, I would say so. I'm unavailable for that. I cannot. And people, I can look at people and they were like, "You're speaking just fine. You're just fine. Do you want me angry? Do you want to see what's really going on inside of me?" And they'd be like, "Oh no. Oh, okay. So you're gonna believe what I say when I'm calmly saying it? Can you just leave me alone? Close my door, and everything will be all good." And people don't respond well to that, and that's who I am in an argument. And I can honestly say that because one of my exes a long time ago had put his hands on me, and I had promised God I was never gonna put my hands on nobody else's grown child, and I never did. He ended up beating me up, and I could fight him. I could have took him, but I decided to keep my promise to God over that abuse. And people are like, that's crazy, but I knew the devil was going to try me that way. I knew it because he wanted me to break my promise with God, and he wanted me to go back, and then I would be stuck in my head. And that's what the devil do. That's what the devil do. So I took that pain, and it's like I told God in the middle, like in between him hitting me and stuff. Like my face didn't swell up. I wasn't like badly, they was like, you didn't even look like you got hit. And I said, it's by the grace of God, because I kept praying. I said, God, please let him stop. Please just let him stop. Please don't, just get him away from me. And I just like, I could feel myself shielding myself. And then afterwards I told him we had to save hands. He got his stuff. He left, and I told him never come back because I have kids. My kids did not see that. They were sleeping. It was late at night. They were sleeping. They did not see that. And the way my apartment was set up, my room is on one side and my kids was all on the other side. And I had a big four bedroom, 3 baths, so they did not hear anything. They did not know anything. And that's just who I am. I'm very good at separating my pain, and I can go on with life as like nothing happened. I can be very numb, and I've learned to do that through my mom's death. I didn't know how to grieve, so it's easily go to that state. Like I could choose what state I want to go to. I can go into that state and like, I don't feel like dealing with this. I now detach, and I will run away. I will detach and run. Like when I say run, I mean like not deal with it. I can have some trauma happen to me right now, and I can detach and not deal with it. But I choose not to do that. I try not to repress anything because it's gonna come up later anyways, and somebody's gonna get it. And so in my spare time, I will reflect, and I will go back to these things that I haven't dealt with. And when it's only on my spare time, when I have spare time, I would deal with them little bit by little bit. And that's another strong thing about me that people lie. They lie on me. Oh, she crazy. I'm crazy. Yeah, I'm a little crazy. I don't deny that. I'm a little crazy, but life, you know what I mean? Who's not crazy? It's the people who don't know that they're crazy. Oh, I'm normal. Are you? Those are the people that's really like cuckoo out their mind, like that should be certified in a mental institution. I know my level of crazy. That's why I detached. I detached because I know my level of crazy. I know myself. I know what takes me there. Nobody. I promise you, I heal this out of me that nobody can take me there. I won't. the guy beat me up, and I was known for putting my hand on people cheering, and I didn't put my hand on him. I had every right to, because I didn't hit him, but I didn't do it. I chose not to indulge in that behavior because I promised God that I wouldn't, and I take my promises to God very seriously. And most people are like, oh, you give me all this, I promise I won't do it again. I'm not one of those people. I don't play with God like that, because I wouldn't want God to play with me like that, so I don't play with Him like that. I never play with God. I never. But that's something I take the divine very seriously, because why would you play with God when He created you? He didn't create you to play with Him. You go play with somebody else, but go play with your kids. Go play with that man you got, but not him. So yeah, and people don't understand that's how I'm able to get out of situations, and not even get out of situations, just be my authentic self and not, you know, compromise who I am. Because if I don't want to answer something, I'm like, I don't feel comfortable talking about that, and it's just that simple. Or if I don't want to, if I feel like you're being, I'm like, hey, that's my boundary. Can you back up? It's okay. You can do have boundaries, and still people tell about your boundaries and still be truthful and firm. It's not a lie. It's just I don't have to answer that question, especially when it comes to my spirituality or any boundary that I have. And if it interferes with any of your rules and regulations, then I quit. It's just that simple. God don't provide me another way, because He don't want me to be a liar and inauthentic. So it's gonna be another way. God gonna provide another way. I'm gonna have to suffer a little bit because I choose to be authentic, but I'm willing to suffer because I rather suffer than give up my authenticity. And that's because God said His people are supposed to be long suffering, and I'm very much long suffering, very much. So I can take some pain. That's why when people do certain stuff and people are like, oh, that didn't phase it. Don't. You really don't. I expect it because I know who people are. You know, I know they're human, and I be like, God, you see your people over here? They tripping. You trying to hurt me? You see that? They're your people, though, God. You gotta bless me, because baby, I was supposed to tap. God, I ain't do that though. I ain't do that. See, I talk to my daddy like that. I don't talk to y'all like that, because, you know, a lot of y'all y'all open your mouth too much about people's business. That's what gets y'all, a lot of y'all people hurt, and a lot of y'all hurt. And a lot of situations, the money, funding, and stuff that was supposed to happen, because y'all run your mouth too much. Yes, so, if I run my mouth too much, it would be about my own business. It won't be about nobody else's. But I've learned to stop doing that too, because people are weird. Especially a lot of spiritualists behind the scene playing puppet master. So that's just me in a whole. That's just me in a whole. People think I'm like all hyped up and real. No, I'm calm, and that's why people don't get about me. Like, they see me, they being fierce on here, like, oh, da 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 da. But when everything is going on, it don't happen like I'm in the spiritual tap. No, it don't happen like that. It's literally meditating, and I can see the demons in the spiritual realm, and I'm going in the spiritual realm because I'm going into I think the beta or the theta realm, whatever. I'm not all the way asleep, but I'm there in the spiritual realm, and I can see them. I can see what they sent to me, and I'm like I'm praying and pleading the blood of Jesus, and I'm standing, you know, God, remove this demon, remove these spirits, these monitoring spirits, remove these, and it's just that simple. And people make it so hard. It's not hard. One thing that's hard is something that's being sent to you as a test to see if you're gonna be a little, you know, or is you gonna be stronger and man up, woman up. You know what I mean? And so a lot of times, those are the situations that I be, and people are like, how did she defeat that? Because it's not hard. Y'all make it so like it's. Y'all make spirituality not a part of your world, like your waking world, so it's so abstract to you. But if you learn to deal with spirituality every day in your waking life, it won't be so abstract. You be like, oh, okay, let's go here. That's why a lot of spiritualists be like, I do it every day. It's a ritual for me. It literally is a ritual. Prayer is a ritual. Brushing your teeth is a ritual. So if you spiritually cleanse yourself every day, it's a ritual. If you're praying every day, it's a ritual. If you're lighting candles for yourself and praying and protecting your family because you can't pray out your mouth because somebody done did a shut up spell, it's a ritual. So that you can have all this covering and protection, and it can go on and on and on and on. That's the true generational wealth, because people who carry spiritual practice on and on to other generations, That's true wealth, and that's why that Bible is there for people who have not received the Spirit of God, or have fallen. The family have been cursed, and then this one person that I can't do this anymore, and they turn to the Bible and they start, getting all the spiritual downloads and stuff. It's because their soul was awakened. They don't want to be like everybody else. They don't want to be dumb. Because I swear, me going in circles is like. It's so fucking frustrating to me. I'm sorry for using the F word, the F bomb, but it's frustrating to me. I will get so like, and it's not like I just, oh, you did a donut, we did the same thing 2 or 3 times. It got to be consecutively. It's like, bruh, you don't get it, you don't see it, sis, you don't see it. Bro, I'm about to spaz. Like, I be about to spaz because like they say redundancy, especially doing the same thing, think you're gonna get a different result, and that's why, and it really makes me like kind of, when I get like really irritated about a situation, it's because it's the redundancy, and it's not in a positive way. It's like you're doing the same thing, and you're staying stagnant. It pisses me off. It upsets my spirit. So what I've learned to do is self-reflect. Self-reflect will keep you from being redundant. You will repeat 2 or 3 cycles, and then you can see for yourself, like, okay, that's a pattern. And then you start breaking them. And okay, 3 or 4 more cycles, and you break the pattern. And then the next cycle, you should be on inspiring to a next, new something to heal, new something to explore. And I get bored easily. That's why I can easily heal because I get so bored. Like, bored out of my mind. Like. It's not bored, like I can't do crossword puzzles. It's like spiritually, I'm like, ugh, they doing the same old thing. Like, the devil do the same. Rob, kill. That's why I could never be a part of his team. I will get bored. I be like, look, devil. I'm tired of being the demon because y'all do the dumbest shit ever. And then I'm riding. I'm deuces. I'm going to the Most High. You can send the demons with you if you want to, because I'm going over here. This is what the creativity is. This is what the love is. Y'all right here, y'all dry it. And that's how I be talking. Like, if I could picture me if I was a demon like some of y'all, and I have my ways of doing stuff that wasn't high vibrational. But if I literally was a demon and serving demons, just doing all these like some of the people I talk about, I would get so bored. I would just want to either, unalive myself, or just like literally Satan on my piece. Like, I gotta go over here, cause they got it popping. We got to steal from them. I could just go be a part of the team. Hey, Satan, why you won't come over here and be a part of the team? Like, you ain't gotta be over here doing all this. God forgive you. You forgive yourself? Oh, okay. You almighty say, okay, I get you. I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I know you're gonna send the text. I already know your warfare because I've been the one helping you. So you gotta come stronger than what you was coming when. Yeah, okay. That would be me. I have a highly creative mind. That would be me. I can see me if I was doing all this negative energy at work, and I got to God. I gotta sit there, but like, God, I understand what I was doing, but you say you forgive. You like the prodigal son. You like us like that. You know what I mean? And I can help you with the devil because I know a lot of his tactics, and I can help your people. So please, that's me in my head. These are the silly things I do. This is the weird things I do, and people are, why is she so successful? Why is she this? Because I don't hurt nobody, and when I want to entertain myself. I'm highly creative. This is what I do. I can make cartoons at any given point in time. I can make cartoons easily, and it'll get people to go to go to Most High God, to be more loving, be more kind. I could, but I just couldn't see coming to this world of karmatic, being in a disgusting karmatic generational curse, and then leaving with the devil on this planet, still being on the devil team. I can't do that. Only people that can do that is people who are lazy, clearly, and it's lazy to the degree that they don't want to heal. They're comfortable with their ish. I was never comfortable with anything that I did that was negative, because I'd be like, oh, why she don't like me no more? I beat up my cousin one time, and I was like, oh, I forgot I had beat her up, and then I was just like, oh yeah, I did beat her ass. I told her she speak to me, then I beat her ass again. Okay, that was a little excessive. So you see, I didn't like that about myself, because she was like, I spoke to her first, and I'm like, so my nature is pure. It's just that I was so upset at her. I was really upset because first of all, she put her hands on me. I don't hit people first. Like, she put her hands on me. If you don't hit me, I'm not gonna hit you. But I'm not waiting around for you to hit me either. I'm gonna let you know you put your hands on me. I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. Period. But I don't even. That's how I was back then. But you get what I'm saying? That I've never been a person to stay stagnant too long. I've never been a person that can never see their own shit. Man, now my shit staying. People be like, you talk all this, but I say you talk all that, but you and I said, I'm quick to check me somebody. I was quick to check me somebody about my business too. One thing about me, I was never like, jumping on somebody's boyfriend, somebody's man. I was never that type. I was never, let me take your man. Even though people like, they got them cute face, they got them big old back porches. They gonna come steal your man. That was the word around. And I don't want your man, baby. He's so safe because he with you. He picked you, and knowing that he picked you, that I would want him after you. Girl. And that's my ego toxic chick. Cause like, baby, we stay in the same place. Only thing is he have a car, but he dating you, and then he come across here, and I think about the problems of him coming, and then that's too much. I'd rather have my own. I have always been that type of person, and yeah, and that's what triggered people to tell lies too. It's because of my beauty, because of the strong personality, and because when they thinking that I was thinking one way, I was thinking a whole nother way. Girl, I don't want your man. He picked you. Like, look at you, look at me. Look at your man. And I was just that type of person. Believe it or not. I'm like, I don't want him. He is so safe. Even though, when I walk by, he do be looking, and he do be standing up there with all his friends. I ain't gonna lie. If I was him, I'd be looking at me too. If I was him, you know what I mean? I would look at me too. I am a decent, I'm a gorgeous specimen that God made. I very much so, but I just ain't for him. You know what I mean? I get it, but no, he's so safe with you. His point of being with me was over when he started to slip his inside of you. Yeah, because I know what you do for fun. And I don't participate in those type of activities. And that's how I used to be, and people used to hate me for that. She thinks she's too good. And apparently you don't think you did it. When people say that to me, she thinks she's too good, I'm like, I start not to say anything anymore because I'm like, you don't think that highly of you? Okay. I was abused in my teenage years, but I do have some type of self-esteem. Really. I never dated people in my same vicinity, like in the same apartment complex. I didn't date people who already had women or baby mamas or things of that nature. I just didn't. I didn't start. Only person that I did that with was my last son's father, and that's because I knew him over 10 years, and we always had this on again, off again toxic relationship. And yes, I did. But my other kids, no, their fathers, no, I was no. And so, yeah, y'all, I think I shared a lot. I think you guys got a lot of this video why people usually lie on me. The biggest lie I ever heard about me was that I had a threesome, and they came from a jealous man that I wouldn't sleep with no more because he had cheated on me. And then the next one's that I was a prostitute. That took the cake for me. Like, I used to tell my kids, baby, I'm a prostitute, but ain't no man here with y'all, and I got y'all cousins, and your auntie is running the streets, and I'm in the house. Oh, my kids be like, yeah, mama, you always here. All the time you go somewhere is to the grocery store to take us to the doctor's appointment. So if you gotta go to the school for us, or pick one of us up, or to drop one of us off, that's it. I was also glad I sit down with my kids. I love my kids. So my son's like, mama, you always in the house. I don't never see you do nothing but be in the house. You cook, you clean, and you always getting us in check. Prostitute? That was a far fetched for me. I was, cause my how can I say this? Somebody that married into your family. She was my married in grandma. Let's just put it that way, because we're not gonna do all that craziness. My married in grandma was like, "You're so beautiful. You got a nice shape. You could just, sell some. I'm like, "No, I can't. That's what you do." And I told my sister, "Don't listen to her. That's a bad example. That's nasty. We don't do that. That's not what that's there. The Bible said that's sacred." And and she was so mad at me. She would just like, she'll come over, because we was living in their house and my mom died. Didn't too much deal with my other family because it was abusive. So we, had to stay in the house that they provided for us at the time I was pregnant. And so she would just come over and just do little dirty things to me, like say little stuff out the way. And I'm the type of person, I don't care who house I say, I'll go stay in the street before you disrespect me. She bent her tail butt over and flopped it at my sister because she knew not to flop it at me. I'm going to put my foot off in you. That's me. Oh, you want to put your butt up? She knew she'll be hurt. Now that one, she like her mama. She crazy. And that's why a lot of people didn't like my mama. Because my mama was cutthroat. She was cutthroat. And so when she bent over, I said, "Girl," I told my sister, "You better, you push her, gagger." Yo, what? How you gonna? First of all, she had on no drawers. She had on the skirt with a slip with no drawers. Girl, she had no panties on, and she about 60. And you gonna flip up your skirt? And my sister, I said, couldn't be me, because my foot would have been right up in her tailbone. Just because people are grown or older than you don't mean they're mature. And I learned that through her. And she was like, "You wouldn't tell your sister that because you just a hater." I said, "Hate or what? Ma'am, I am young, beautiful, and you is old and crippled and shriveled up, and you don't even have no wisdoms or pearls to give to anyone. So jealous of what? And then you gonna talk about my granddaddy stuff to me? I don't care what he got in his pants. That's my grandfather." Like, she was like, so many boundaries was crossed this then. Like, she was like, "I was the finest," and she just wanted to, like, compare herself, but that was in your time. This is our time. And yeah, my granddaddy, not my granddaddy, but my dad and other people was like, "Yeah, your grandmama, she was a catch back in the day." Yeah. I'm like, but we're not back in the day. We in this day. I'm a proper realist. I'm very practical. We in this day. Why y'all saying that about her? I said, so y'all not caught up on nothing that she did here. Like, she talked about my, she was like, "Well, that was wrong, but that's what they do." Still, to me, that was offensive. Like, that's my granddaddy. I don't want to see him in any other light, but then my granddaddy, you're nasty. And then on top of that, you gonna flip up your skirt with no drawers at my sister, and that's who she is. And then they started telling me stories about how she was in church with another woman doing the unthinkable. And y'all was like, "Wow, I'm dishing tonight." I just feel like these are the people that attacked me, and these are the people that lied, that wanted me to be prostitutes, and that told lies on me. And this is the type of their lifestyles that they live. This is what they did, and you see, like, oh, okay, ooh. So yeah, and a lot of practitioners just did spell works and to pass rumors around from these particular people just to tarnish my name, because that didn't work then. So they was like, "Oh, let's recreate this trauma for her." And this wasn't really trauma for me, because, like, baby, she couldn't have bent over her skirt at me, because my foot would have been right at her tailbone. And then just people agreeing with her on her, "Oh, that's just what she do." Y'all, somebody, and then I told my uncle, I said, "You need to get your mama, because, baby," they was like, and he was like, "Come on, you ain't young no more." And I'm like, "Yeah, get her. Shoe fly." She said, "Oh, you just think you better than anybody." But I don't, but you shouldn't be, you 60. You need to cover that thing up and keep that thing to my granddaddy. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? What are you doing? And so I have always had this moral stance when it came to me. A lot of people was out, how they say it, outside. I was not outside. Anybody that I had a child from, and anybody I dated, I was trying to be in a relationship that it was always the goal of marriage. Ever since I was like 10 years old, I always knew I wanted to be married. I always knew I wanted like 5 kids. I wanted to be married, and I wanted to just be in my career and be happy. That was my ultimate dream. Probably I wanted to be a nurse or a psychiatrist, or I wanted to do marketing, and those are my three top jobs that I picked as a child, and that's what I always saw myself. So I never saw myself like, oh, I can be with this man. And I was never when I was in high school, I was never the person that, slept around and I didn't lose my virginity till I got out of high school, ma'am, sir. I didn't. It's hard to believe, I know, but I just didn't. And I know a lot of people don't want to believe that about me because of the abuse and the trauma that I suffered, but it wasn't that type of abuse. I wasn't sexual abuse. I had sexual abuse when I got an adult. It was not in either household that I lived in, not my mom's and not my grandma's. I was not sexually abused in either one of those households. So a lot of people want me to, have had this type of trauma, have lived that, and she was fast in high school. Baby, my grandma made me quit high school in the 9th grade, and I was working. At 16, I had a full-blown job. I was making income at 16. Yeah. And then on the job, my auntie made me date some guy that I didn't like. And then I told my grandma about it. She got in trouble, and then he ended up really start liking me because he was like, she just slapped me because I told my grandma that she tried to make me talk to boys. I wasn't into boys. I didn't like none of. I was trying to figure out why I'm getting beat every day, or why this happened, or why they saying this. I didn't have those tingly feelings that those teenage. I didn't get those until I was like 18, 19. And for people to make up high school, when y'all was in high school together, this is your friend. My friend in high school was Monica, and all we didn't like to do was fight. we didn't walk around picking fights. We would laugh at people who get in fights, and that we will talk about how we would do certain people, and if anybody messed with us, we was about their life. But we didn't go around looking for trouble. We just chilled by ourselves and laughed and picked at people that thought they were better than other people, and that that laughed and picked at us, and they laughed and picked at them. We think you look funny. You think like, and that's what my high school 9th grade year was like. I had started to wear revealing clothes. When I say revealing, they were pants. They were just tight pants, and they were leggings. And my grandma was like, "No, she beat the dog dookie out of me." Yeah, and it wasn't like I was trying to wear them when I went to PE, and my friend was like, "Put these on." I was like, why? I said, I can't participate in PE with this dress on. That's why I'm telling you, put this on. And then, Lord Jesus, when I put the pants on, Lord Jesus, that's when the whole gym, even the teachers like, Shaquita? I'm like, yeah. So, yeah. That's my best friend in school was Monica. That was my whoa. We rolled with each other. She was like, girl, why you ain't tell me you was that fine? I was like, what? I ain't know I was fine. Like, I come up in I'm in abuse right now. Like, I'm trying to dodge belts and crystal glass being thrown and saying people pleading the blood of Jesus, telling me I only had 13 kids when I'm still a virgin. I'm trying to figure out what is it, I'm trying to figure that out. I'm not worried about boys and this and that and having a nice shape. I didn't have that time. My mind was like, how can I not get a ass whooping? Let me get up early, make sure this woman is in a good mood. You know what I mean? So, for people that's saying that I was in high school, doing things, baby. After 9th grade, when I got in my beginning of my 10th grade year, my grandma made me sign, because it's a paper where you can drop out at 16 if you want to. She made me sign that paper. I didn't want to. I love school because I had a crush on this boy named Jose. Me and my sister, I didn't know at the time. We didn't know until we got grown, and I really liked him. I had another crush on a boy named Oliver. I really liked him, and so when I say I didn't have those tingly feelings, this is what I mean. Because y'all gonna be like, girl, I liked it, people, but it was just like, I was like that. And when I like Oliver, I was playing footsies with him, and I was kicking him like, just kicking on the table. He said, we don't kick, we. I'm like, stop all feelings for boys. I didn't know what that was. It just sounded really aggressive. So it stopped all feelings for boys. I was just like, no. I just wanted to be cute, hold hands, do a kiss on the cheek. That's what I thought dating was. That's what he's like, no, we do them. And then he showed me some pictures. I'm like, he was like, oh my God, you really is a virgin with that? It's fine and you a virgin. I'm like, my grandma don't play that. I'll be in church. He said, I know, we got to get you out the house. No, you don't. I'm staying in the house. I was so petrified. When he told me, we don't play footsies, we. I was like, oh my God. Highly embarrassed. Because I felt like I was behind the curve, but yet I still wasn't ready for that. And I just like, nah, I don't want no boyfriend. I'm good. So, yeah. That's what turned me off on boys, him saying that. Like, nah, I'd rather wait. I like to do the Bible stuff. I go to church, and then he ended up going to the same church because we, if you anybody know about Immokalee, Florida, I went to Immokalee. He was from Immokalee. He used to come to my school. I don't know why he came to my school when he did, but when I went to church and stuff and I saw him, he was like, I thought I'd never seen you. You were so gorgeous. You were so fine. I'm like, boy, you my cousin. That's what I told him. He said, girl, I'm not your cousin. Don't play with me. I ain't no kin to you. I'm like, but you is my cousin. I used to mess with her all the time, but you my cousin. He's like, girl, I ain't no kin to you. Don't quit playing with me. I'm like, but you my cousin. We can't date. That's nasty. He's like, I'm not kin to you. Every time I used to see him, I'm like, what's up, cousin? He's like, come in, go on with that bull. Go on with that bull. I was like, you my cousin. And it went from liking him to immediate friendship. He was immediately friend zone. All boys was immediately friend zone. And that is like my life story of a teenager. The rest of my teenage years, I worked. I held jobs down, and the only way I was able to finish my education is when I went to Job Corps. I got my GED on the first try. I took the pre-GED test, got it on this ASTAT. Went to the college in Kentucky and took the real estate test. ASTAT. My essay was the example essay. This is how you write an essay. I think they gave me IH. If anybody know what I'm talking about, then you know what type of form of test I had. That's a form of test I had. And so, yeah. That was pretty much it. I didn't have I had no sexual relations before of the age of 18. None. So when people say that about me, that in high school I was doing this, I'm like, when? Me and LaMonica we was about to beat people up, and then when we weren't trying to beat somebody up because they stayed trying us for no reason, because we was quiet, we stayed to ourselves, we shared our food, our candy, we always bought each other stuff. And my other Mexican friend, my Spanish friends, I had a Spanish girl, she used to wear dresses too because it was her culture, and she was like, Shaquita, she was coming to class, and I used to be so quiet. And then Mr. Crowley, his name was Mr. Crowley. He was like, Shaquita, can you give us an answer to that? I'm like, I didn't want to, Mr. Crowley. He said, but we want you to. Seems like you be knowing a lot. I was like, but why would you think that, Mr. Crowley? He said, because you turn in your homework every single day, and you always make an A. I said, quit telling my business. Like, Pete, you gonna get me beat up for real for being a nerd. He was like, well, just answer the question. We won't have to reveal any more of your good grades. I'm like, right. So I answered the question. They were like, how you became so smart? How do you know these things? I was like, I just read the book and I study. How do you have time for that? Because I go to church, and I don't do nothing but literally go to church, and so they start asking me about sexual stuff, and I was like, I don't know anything about that stuff, but if I was in this particular situation, I would do such and such and such. They were like, how you know? She's like, I took your advice the other day, and it worked like a charm. I said, I don't know. If I put myself in a hypothetical situations, and if I was in this situation, this is how I would want to be treated. And so that turns into knowing how to treat others. And she was like, girl, I gotta ask you advice on somebody else. So I was an advice queen in high school. I was the secret whisperer of advice for relationships I have never been in. She was like, I know you're gonna be a good counselor, psychologist when you grow up because you real good at understanding people. I'm like, her name was Yasmin. Yasminian. It was a weird name because she was Portuguese like my grandma. My grandma was Portuguese, Indian, and black. And she had this weird. I think her name was Yasminian, or something like that. I don't want to butcher her name, but I'm not good with names. And we used to call her Y. She said, "Girl, you just call me Y." And she was mad cool. She used to have a lot of rings and jewelry. I was like, "What that mean?" And she used to always tell me about her bracelets. I was just so into culture back then. I was such a culture girl. I couldn't express it because my grandma would be "It's evil. It's of the devil." Boom, crystal glass. So I had to keep all this stuff to myself. And I remember sitting at the table. They were like, "Y'all come over here." Mr. Crowley was like, "Squid, why do you have everybody around you?" I was like, "I don't know." They keep asking me questions, and he was like, "You know the answer to adultery." I was like, "Yeah, but I don't know how. Like, I don't know why it's working for them. I never been through this stuff." He was like, "You that type of person. Yo, you gonna be something when you grow up. Yo." Because Mr. Crowley, he was real cool. He was always down with the black people and the Spanish people. So he was a white man, and he was tall. And then we was like, they was all, not me. The other girls like, you know how the girls, they have this like gloomy eyes for the teacher. And they was like, "If I get one chance with him," I'm like, "Girl, he is not about, that is a whole grown man. He is not studying you, plus you is a case." She was like, "You right, that's the case. That man don't want no case. He don't want no problems." I said, "Miss Carl, don't you got a wife?" Yep, do happily married." He was like, "Thank you for backing me up." I said, I got you. And I always had those type of wholesome relationships. It was never something, crazy like that outside of my home. It was pretty normal. I never had like crazy relationships. Except for the footsie thing. We don't play footsie. I'm like, traumatized me. I was traumatized, y'all. Sorry, I'm spitting. I was so traumatized. I know this is a long video, but we gonna do this, okay? Because I'm tired. Like, I'm not tired, but I just, like, why people tell lies, And I always had a good name in high school. And if I wasn't known to giving good advice to the Spanish people and the group of people that I was in, it was mostly Spanish and Puerto Rican people. They loved me. They was like, "We're gonna give you a Puerto Rican name." They gave me some type of name. She was like, "They love me. When you're not here, Shaquita, we miss you. Class is boring. We give Mr. Crowley hell." I was like, "Don't give my dog don't give him no smack like that. He don't need that." He was, "Thank you, Shaquita." He said, "When you're not here to mediate, it's nothing but ruckus." I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." But outside of that, I was known for beating people up. I really was. I ain't starting a fight, and the people know that because my granddaddy was in the military, and he was like, "She don't start fights, but she will finish it. I teach her to finish it." My granddaddy always protect. My mom and my granddaddy always taught me to protect myself. So he instilled that within me. Yeah, let's see. My throat. So, yeah. I'm known for giving good advice and beating people up. But like I said, it's only if you bother me. If you don't have no salt with me, I'm not my business. I was with my friend, me and LaMonica used to always trip. We used to pick out like crazy things about people. Cause then back in my day was like goth. And we loved the goth. We like the weird stuff, and the other people, the people that think they were normal, they all of that. And it's crazy because she turned out to be one of those people that dressed with all the name brands, and she used to pick at them. I'm not a name brand person. I didn't pick at her. It's just I would laugh at what she said. She said, "What you think about it?" I was like, "That's crazy." I say they do have nasty attitude. Like, you had a nasty attitude, you did something to me, you getting this work. You getting the work. But she was like really down to earth. She liked to, I won't say like to fight like I do, but she liked to finish some stuff. We both did. You start with us, old baby. We going to get old school so they can watch you get short. Cause this one boy, he had told people that he slept with me. My grandma beat the dog. I didn't know till I got a whooping that was out about me. That was rumors. Baby, when I showed up at that school, he got his ass ate up. I'm like, "Who did you sleep with? And well?" And he was talking about off Denver Road. My uncle lived off Denver Road. I did not live over. I said, "See, you lying. I have never been over to my twin sister house with my uncle, and it wasn't me. So you quit your lying." He was like, and then my sister was like, I sat in the car with my uncle. How was that possible? That's what the lie he told. And he wanted to tell it. So I was like, I told my sister, do you remember sleeping with him? She said, no, I don't remember sleeping with him. Either it's not there, it must be too small, or you got a vagina like me. Like, tell me if I'm a lesbian, because I don't even remember you. I don't even know your name. I didn't even know you existed until you made the rumor up about me. And people was like, oh, I read him to filth. And he, to when I was, I came back in touch with him when I was like 22, and he could not look me in the face. I'm just like, yeah, you slept with me though. I didn't lose my virginity until I was almost 19. But you slept with me though. I don't know why he lied. I guess he liked me. I guess he thought he was gonna give us some cool points. But he lied. And I'm just like, and then he lied to my sister, called us to get our butt because our people don't play like that. And I guess he didn't know the rules because everybody else did. Y'all don't mess with her. That people crazy. Everybody knew that. They people crazy. Don't mess with them. Don't mess with them twins. They people crazy. Everybody knew that. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, nigga, like, you just got me one of the worst whippings of my entire life for something I did nothing about. And then when the school came about, ooh, she didn't really sleep, and they got back around to my grandma, she was like, oh, so you didn't lose your virginity. You were not that bit hot in the ass. It's like, no, if you just asked, I would have told you the truth. She was like, oh, you being smart? No, ma'am, not being smart. I just, my auntie was like, She said, I knew she didn't do it. She too good. Cause I didn't, she knew I didn't like boys. I wasn't into boys. She would tell me to do stuff with boys, and I was like, nah, that's not right. Like, she knew I wasn't into stuff. So when they got out of the road, my grandma was like, you want to go to McDonald's? That's how we apologized. Yeah, sure. Let's go to McDonald's. After this horrible ass whipping that got you, me with all these welts on my back that you threw water on me and beat me with a car belt. Sure. Hopefully I can sit down. That's what I'm thinking about. So she bought me 2 Big Macs. Couldn't finish it, but took one home for later. So yeah, that I don't know why he lied. I guess it was for cool points to make him look good, but obviously he didn't know the rumor. He didn't know what was in the streets about my people. Like they were Mia. Boy, you got a death wish. Not only on me and my sister, but on you too. Cause my uncle was finna come pinning you up, my people from New York, they were pinning you up. And then he was scared. And then that's what I told him. I said, my people will pin you up. I said, you don't know my people. And I told him straight like that, my people beat the out of me. And they would do it to you. I said, my uncle probably at the school right now in his purple truck looking for you. Like, what is wrong with you? And he was like, oh, my bad. I just really liked that you. All people that like each other or people that like someone, they go up and approach them and say, hey, I like you. They don't go make up lies and rumors. You know what I mean? And then everybody went back and said, no, it was like he made it up. And so, you know, my uncle didn't do anything to him. This is the life I had to live. And for people to say I did all these crazy things, it's crazy to me. When the whole school knew that he was lying, he even admitted to it. Because my uncle, like, my people really about their life. They were. They really were. Sorry. Bust your bubble. They really were. So, yeah. He lied because he liked me. He wanted to boost his image and he wanted to, I don't know. Boys do that, I guess. But yeah, this is why people lie. They want you, I guess. Men want you, and they fantasize until they try to, you know, speak it into reality to make them feel good that they never had you and they wanted you, or I don't know what kind of thing was going on in his brain. But he was like, I like you. I was like, and they was like, oh man, you make us believe that you was gonna step with the girl. We were just hoping that she was that way because we wanted a chance. Bah! Bust that bubble, no chance. You want to die. You want me to die. You want to die. That's what I'm thinking. Like, and I was like, dang, They was like, man, the way you turned up on him, we didn't know you could even talk. A lot of people didn't even know I talked. In high school, they didn't even know I talked because I was so quiet. I stayed to myself. Even though I could talk very well, I didn't do much speaking. And then when I turned up on him about it, it was like, dang, we see another side of you. And then I had fighting clothes on, so everything was tight. And I didn't care because I already had got beat so bad. I had already got beat so bad. And they were like, dang, twin. And I like, oh, you so fine. Oh, dang, you be wearing them big clothes. Yo, I'm not here for that. I'm here to get some scraping about this because I had to get, you know what I mean? And so it was just like crazy. The whole school was over there. And I was good at, my friend Monica was good at getting a riot started. That's what she was good at. And then I had a crush, there was the one brother was famous. He was already in the NFL, and the other brother used to go to the school, and he had a huge crush on me and my sister. So that went crazy, and I'm just like, my people would kill me. No, thank you. I don't even want to be seen talking to you. Let me go. And because his father was a counselor at our school, so I'm like, definitely not getting. That's definitely not gonna happen. So his dad, the counselor, he was actually the vice president of the school, vice principal. I don't know why I said vice president, but vice principal of the school. And he actually, my son like you. I was like, that's what I could tell him the truth. I was like, sir, I'm so scared for my life. If your son was to like me or to do anything toward me, or even go ask for people, because he said, I want my son to do it properly. I want your people to know that my son is very serious about you. I want him to go ask him. I said, I'm getting abused. They beat the dog dookie out of me. I told it. I said, they beating the dog boo out of me. Like, sir, please don't do that. It's just gonna trigger her. And he was like, oh, I understand. It's one of those situations. I said, yes, sir. Can you just tell your son to move on? I'm not the girl for him. I'm not the woman for him. Maybe after this whole high school thing or whatever, I get grown, I was just talking like that. He was like, ooh, no, that's okay. And I was explaining to him, I said, right now, because at the time she was trying to get me to leave school. I said, she want me to leave school, and I really don't. And please don't put me in a situation where I have to, get abused again in one of those situations. And he said, I get it, I see. So, yeah. The things I went through, it's not like what y'all went through. It's other, it's way other situations that be happening. And people like, I didn't go through anything, or I'm exaggerating, or I'm lying. These are the things that happened to me. And then when I got out of high school, my first boyfriend was an NFL player. That's when I lost my virginity. I was 18, getting ready to turn 19, right before my 19th birthday. And he was a good grown man, so it was not like he was gonna go, oh, I messed with her, because I was half his age. He was 38, I was 18. He was dating me since I was 17, I think a whole year and some change. And then I turned 18 and then 19, because I wouldn't let him do nothing. I let him touch me. He would just do the fellatio. I wouldn't let him do anything else, and I thought he was disgusting. He was like, you don't feel nothing? You don't want to do nothing afterwards? No? What else supposed to feel? What's supposed to happen? I don't know. He was like, I said, I think you nasty, because I beat out of that. He was like, I can't believe. He was like, you so effing immature. I was like, he didn't believe I was a virgin until he took my virginity. And then he understood everything where I was coming from. He was like, oh, I see why you made it wait for long. Oh, I see. Yeah, Eddie. Yeah. So, yeah. Anything after that, when it came to selling my body, never did. Never wanted to, never did. So those lies are just that lies. There's a lot of situations that I was tried to get dragged into by a family member of mine, and I'm just like, no. Because I was dating somebody at a casino, and that particular person wanted me to use my relationship with that person a way to get in. But when he seen me with who I was hanging with, I'm like, that particular family member, her friends, I was not cool with. Her friends did whole activity, and I don't put myself in whole activity. If I'm gonna do some whole activity, it's gonna be by myself. And what I'm saying is, if I call my baby daddy up, if I get in a new relationship, that's whole activity to me. That's what I mean by it's not gonna be like, oh, let's go to a group and to see who we like. I was never that type of person. I'm just like, okay, baby daddy, somebody I know. I don't gotta do all this work. Like you already know what I like, so you know. And back in the day, it was one of those situations. It was never let me get in with a group of girls and go do this, or let me go out and just do this. No, I was in relationships, and when I wasn't in relationships, baby, I ain't even gonna. I swung back to the baby daddy. Wanted, I wasn't. I'm not too fun on moving into a relationship. I was never been that like boom boom boom. Let me go into a relationship. Person after person. I did do serial relationships, one after another one. Then I took a break from that. That was too draining. So yeah, if you say I was in a relationship, habitual relationships, and didn't take breaks, okay, I can see that. It was three relationships I was in consecutively. I can see that. Yeah, I was until I took some time for me. I was, and it was because of a lot of grief, not dealing with my mom's death, and a lot of patterns that I had created for myself due to past hit traumas. And that's how I learned to start healing my traumas, because I wanted to stop. Why do I always make my baby daddy? Why we always end up arguing? Why do we really love each other but end up not showing that love in a cohesive and loving kind manner? People who love each other don't do this all the time. So, and I better understood myself. But I was never on the block. I was never, however y'all do it, I was never doing that. I was never on Backpage or anything of that nature. So, yeah. It wasn't this twin. It wasn't this sister. It wasn't this family member. It wasn't me. It wasn't this. The people that had this know that I'm not even like that. Because my ex, he was like, your family member hang with hoes. I was like, I know. That's why I don't go nowhere with her or them. He said, I see that. You keep yourself separated. I said, yeah, because they be talking about people, they be in mess, and they're just messy. And they do a lot of hoe activity. She told me to my face. I went out. He was like, go out with them one time. Me and him went out. I said, so, because my sister wanted me to go back, go out with them really bad. So I'm just like, oh, you know, I called him. I said, well, only if my man goes. She's like, you always got to bring your man. You always got to bring your man. Like, girl, what did you have planned? That's what I'm thinking. You know, what did you have planned? And this is one time I went out because she was like, you always in the house. You never go out. So I went out. And then at the table, it was like, your man's so fine. I was like, I know, that's one of the reasons why I like him. And she was like, this one girl, one of my family member friends, she was just like, girl, I'm gonna hit on your man. I'm gonna take your man from you. If you can, he don't even like hoes. So, I mean, you already put yourself out there. You told him what you do. She was up there drunk, just talking. I do this, I suck this and this and that. And everybody was like, that's that girl, man. Be have some respect. I said, no, it's okay. I said, you want my man? She was like, yeah, I'm going to take him from you. I want your man. I'm like, babe, she wants you. He got so mad and left. He was like, don't you ever. I was like, you know, because I was like, babe, I'm not the type of person that I'm finna fight over a man. You know I'm kind of cool and collected. He was like, no, she disrespected me. He was like, I date a lot of Haitians. He was like, she disrespected me. He was like, bump that. Her saying that. And then she gonna tell you to your face like she was something to like. She didn't even compete with you. She's not even as beautiful as you. She does. Yet alone, she's a hoe. He was like, I don't date hoes. I love him, man. That's how he was. He was messed up about me. That's how he was. He was just like, I don't date hoes. I don't even. He was like that. He's like the way she carried herself. She's all loud. He said, "All time you yell is when you try to get your kids' attention. I know you be tired, and that's why I just go ahead and do stuff for you and help you with the kids." He said, "But she is loud 24." Like he read her to filth, and he said, "Don't you ever disrespect my lady. If you see me and her together, don't you ever say you want me. You better keep it to yourself. You better keep it to yourself." He said, "Because I'm not that type of man that's gonna sit back and kiki with you and go behind my girl back and mess with you. I'm not that one." And I'm just like, I didn't even have to say nothing. And he's like, "No, baby, I don't want you to get upset. I don't." He's like, "Take me home." I was like, "Yes, sir." We went home. And we got back to the house and we just chilled and laughed about the whole thing. He was really upset. He said, "Oh, your sister beautiful like you. Like, she could do better." He was just upset. I was like, "I know, man, but I can't live my life." I tell her all the time. Like, I tell her all the time. I said, "But, she don't listen to me." He said, "I know." He said, "You love your sister. That's good." I was like, "I do." And we just had this good relationship until it wasn't good anymore. And it was nothing physical abusive about him that we broke up. We just simply broke up because he liked getting money for other females, and it was to take care of his mom. And I felt like his mom, I understand she was in a tough situation, but after he done gave the clothes off his back, like, what more do you want from him? You know what I mean? And if he done gave all your kids, even though he didn't make them and they his siblings, after he done gave them the clothes off his back and he walking around with one pair of boxes, a t-shirt and the same pair of jeans and the same pair of shoes, you don't need nothing else from him. And if he have to go get it from other people, she needs to make some stuff happen and stop treating her son like a man, like he's her man, he's my man. And that's an issue I had with him in the relationship. So, yeah.